my name is Alex, or YAGIZA. I'm 22 years old and I am a first-generation Filipino artist here in Vancouver, BC. So, what is your favorite Filipino dish? I would say I really love sinigang. Sinigang is like this really sour, super tangy soup. Sometimes it has okra in it, sometimes like it's with pork, sometimes with shrimp. It can be with literally anything, but it's so fucking sour, like it's really good. Oh! Ginatan, that's my favorite dessert ever. Like, I love it. But ginatan is kind of like, almost like a porridge with like a bunch of really sweet shit in it, like tapioca balls, like rice balls in it, lots of balls. Jackfruit sometimes is in there, like plantain, like all the good shit. So those are my favorite foods. I love them. Can't live without it. What would you tell your past self as an artist? I would tell myself to work harder, to work smarter, to be more humble, because my arrogance actually pulled me backwards. I really did go backwards in my art path. I started doubting myself, man, and if I had just worked hard from the get-go, I honestly would have been fine by now. Not to say that I'm not okay already, but I just feel like that would have been the better route for myself. And who knows, maybe in a parallel universe, she did that. So good for her. I really have a hard time describing my artwork, but I'm just gonna say that it is delicate, borderline demonic, and made for femme fatales. I make artwork that's sometimes sexy, some of it is sweet, some of it is like so sensitive, and some of it is like literally like cutthroat. Love my shit. I actually love my own artwork. Sometimes I hate it, sometimes I love it. Today, I'm gonna love it. What is your creative process like? Well, I usually start off actually by going in my inspirations, looking to see what I like, then finding what I like, studying that thing, and then making my own work from it. My inspiration actually for my creative process actually comes from Virgil Abloh. He was my inspiration because I watched one of his lectures at a university and he was actually talking about how he does his creative process. So this was really inspiring to me because he said that he would take whatever he was inspired by and then change it by 17%. And then from there on out, he would change it by 2% every single time he makes a new piece. And that's essentially his mathematic explanation of creating like an artistic niche. That was like what really inspired me personally to make my creative process like. So it's more just like now when I see something that I really like, I try to take 17% of it. I try to take it and then create it differently to 17%. But I find most of the times that I'm just like out here drawing like girls because I love girls. And I draw lots of weapons too, I like that. Gore is also one of my favorite ones because painting it is so fun. It's just got so much luster. It's really good. Who is your biggest influence in art? I have a lot. Ones that are dead, my inspirations would be like all the great masters, obviously. So like Michelangelo, Da Vinci. Egon Schiele, definitely, and Klimt. Those two like definitely are like my tops of like the dead artists. And so for the living ones, Amliv Sotomayor, #1. Literally, the minute I came onto Instagram to make my art account, like she was one of the first people I followed, and I was like, damn, like I want to be just like her. Like her art was so fucking phenomenal. Like even until now, yo, like seriously need to be like fucking doing business with this girl. So that's Amliv, love her. I'm also really inspired by Sepa de Meyer. He's a contemporary oil painter. Really great shit. Actually, he paints a lot of memes, but he just makes it so fantastic that it's like the meme itself is fine art. Really beautiful, love his stuff. Movies have such a big influence on me. Like, oh my god, True Romance, definitely my favorite fucking movie of all time.
Sorry, repeat that.
True Romance.
Amid the chaos of that day, when all I could hear was the thunder of gunshots, and all I could smell was the violence in the air, I look back and am amazed that my thoughts were so clear and true.
A TV show that I really like, it's German, it's called Dark. And actually these guys were the ones that introduced me to it, so you guys need to friggin' watch it. It's like boggled my mind and honestly inspired my next book, so that's really cool. How did you become your own muse? I've always been really insecure, but when I was 14 years old specifically, I was in a really dark place and I thought, you know, if I can paint myself in all of God's glory that He gave to me, then, you know, maybe I can paint anything, right? After I painted it, I didn't realize how much I would love that painting. And to this day, I think it's still my favorite painting. Like, I don't think I'll show anybody. It's kind of one of those things that it's just really between me and the art. But my God, like, I really felt like I saw my future all in that one portrait. And ever since then, I'm like, man, like the only path that I know is me, right? The only thing that I know is me. And it's not really wrong to think that, because thinking of me is thinking of God, right? In a way. It's thinking of the universe if you don't feel comfortable with God. It's feeling comfortable with your reality. And so I think me being my own muse is also a way for me to come to terms with death. I mean, I'm not gonna be here forever, but I mean, my art will. People will like it for as long as they will, until my name also dies. But it definitely gives me hope to know that my existence had some sort of substance here. Yeah. And that is why I am my own muse.